Kind of looks that way. Nothing I can do about that. I can't do anything about the 5 frames per second. I am connected to my internet, like my Wi-Fi, but it just must be, I don't know. It's literally 5 frames per second. I can already tell.
Does your phone battery seem
don't forget to watch them ads
faster as your device gets older?
All right, so I am doing a video. Almost forgot where the camera is. I am doing an install video of the electronics on this Team KRONOS. And like what I did, like here, I'll show you like the whole contraption of what I've got going on here. So obviously I've got my GoPro facing my face. That's a new thing I'm going to be doing here. I have my other GoPro here, which is, one that I can maneuver around and face the vehicle. I've got those ring lights. I got one right there, and I got that one right there. They're working out pretty good. The oddity is that the mount that this thing came with, it only came with like a GoPro mount, and it came with this kind of like foolish little mount right there, and it's on a ball end. So, well, the ball end, it's got it. Camera's over here. No, camera's down there. How about if I flip it? What happens if I flip it? Yeah, that's better. So while the ball end is great, it's taking some to get used to. So yeah, working on this Team KRONOS XTR, I'm really liking this thing. I really am. But that being said, I am also coming across those little, like I said, those give and takes. Now, I didn't even give my ARRMA EXB Creighton, almost called it a KRONOS. I didn't really give my EXB, I guess you want to say I didn't give it the time of day. I got frustrated with it because here it was, a vehicle that I'm throwing this in the camera mount now. Here it was. This was a vehicle that was supposed to be, ARRMA's, way of hitting it out of the park. Turn off that thing right here. Ready? Watch this. Check this out. Nice, huh? It was ARRMA's way of, I guess, hitting it out of the park and saying, for you people that, like to thrash your stuff, we've got something for you. I thought to myself, okay, I'm not like, I won't self-proclaim to be, like that ultimate basher or whatever people are looking for. I'm just me. So I drive the way I drive. I'm not perfect. I'm not like, Mr. Hero driver. This is only RC stuff. I'd rather be a hero driver with my Camaro. I'd rather be a hero driver with my truck. You know what I'm saying? So this is a hobby, but this is something I very, very much enjoy. And, well, where was I even going with that? I don't even know where I was going with that. I don't know. Basically just talking about this Creighton, the little give and takes. There's always going to be give and take somewhere. Now, somebody had said something like, I can't believe that the rear dog bones, they said, I can't believe that the rear dog bones are smaller than the front. It's got to be a reason why. And this is my thought, right? It was the rears that are thicker or the fronts. I don't know. I can't even remember now. Am I literally going to have to get my caliper out? Think it was, right? Was it the rears were thinner? I know the dog bone is. Come on. I literally got to measure it because I don't remember. And I'm trying to, just like I said, I'm trying to be accurate about everything that, yeah. So, okay. So the rear, it is that my impression, just like with ARRMA and every other manufacturer out there, Losi, Traxxas, Team Associate, all of them, I don't really assume that each manufacturer, of an RC car is thinking, well, what's the way that we can get away with, bringing out a product that's going to ruin our name. That's not what they're doing. I mean, why would anybody do that? Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like Ford. Ford doesn't intend to bring out the 2021 Ford F-150 and then like do a 2 million recall on it, right? They were intending that. I mean, maybe they were. I don't know. Recall 2 million back of the Ford F-150 2021s. But and obviously there isn't going to be any kind of like recall situation. There's no lemon law when it comes to like stuff like this because, you know, companies would be out of business. There has to be a reason why Team Corrali went with a 4.5 rear dog bone. We're all thought, like, I was thinking to myself, okay, well, they got the rear dog bones in here. It's a half, it's 0.5, yeah, half a millimeter. Well, yeah, half a millimeter. Never mind. Half a millimeter smaller in the front. It's got to be a reason why. Okay, well, number one, front, it's got CVDs. Maybe they want it to be a little bit beefier because it is a CVD style, you know, whatever. The rear, maybe they were hoping torsional flex. You know what I mean? Maybe they were thinking, okay, if we down the size a half a millimeter, maybe we're getting like that little bit of torsional flex, less maybe breakage, depending upon, you know, these are usually what, a hardened kind of steel. That's why when they break, they shatter. Maybe that's what they were thinking. I don't know. Drive shaft in the rear. So the rear drive shaft going from the center diff to the rear, that's a 5 millimeter. Maybe they needed the beef and spice to be right there. And then the front one is thinner. I think the front one's a 4 millimeter. So that was a whole millimeter difference, I believe, between those two. I just got to throw a caliper on it right now just to double check because I just want to make sure what I'm saying is accurate. Okay, you can get off it now. Yeah, so the front drive shaft was a Owen Rogers guy. Thank you for that, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's got to be reasons why. This is, like I said, Team Corrali, and again, this is like the 4th, 5th time I've said it. Team Corrali, for me, there was always something about their cars that just like was like missing something. So I was just like, nah, I'll pass. Well, on this truck, for me, I finally had that, yeah, you know what? I'm going to get it because, and it's not because of views. Is it because of views? Of course it is. Yes and no. But I don't base my purchases on views except for one vehicle, which that was 100% mistake, which is why you have never seen it run on the channel. My Gen 8 crawler. And that thing is supposed to be awesome. But I'm not a crawler kind of guy. That's where the problem became evident. I had that thing when it dropped, and I never did a video on it. Like, I mean, I did the unbox video, and the unbox video was literally to rip out the receiver out of it. Like, I mean, I unboxed it just to rip out the receiver. So I don't, that vehicle was kind of a impulse mistake buy. I don't drive it. I never even put a battery pack through it. So, and that's, and I'm not saying anything about the people that like to crawl. It definitely takes a certain kind of person that enjoys crawling. It's kind of like there's a certain kind of person that likes drag racing, and we're talking on the real. You got somebody that likes drag racing. You got somebody that likes dirt bikes, quads, trikes. You know what I mean? It's like certain people like baseball. Some people hate football. You know what I mean? It's like, that's why there's so many different things out there so that everybody can do something. And I've realized that for me right now, maybe until I slow down my life, maybe when I slow down my life, maybe then I'll get into crawlers. But for me, not right now. Will I ever do anything with a crawler? Yeah, I got my Gen 7. And that's what kind of got me back into the hobby. But anyways, this is supposed to be about electrifying this Team Corrali. I am going to jump into the chat because I see like it's scrolling, but I can't read it because it's on my phone. So that's why I've got my iPad here. So we got, who do we got here? We have got Jason, Dan, Woo. Woo. Mike, Mitchell's RC, Chad, Dan. What's going on, brother? King. What else? Ryan, Earl Moorhead, Toggle Switch. Right. Right. But aren't we all kind of a little bit? Aren't we all kind of a toggle switch sometimes? Sometimes my mind is a toggle switch. And like I said, in a good way. Addicted. What's going on, guy? I do like that name. You picked a good name, guy. Addicted to RC. You definitely picked a good name for your channel. But Owen Rogers, thank you for that, man. Like I said, appreciate it. Lauren, what's going on, guy? Woody, what's going on? KGM, what's happening, man? Let's see. J.O., what's going on, guy? Oh, hey, now that J.O.'s on here. So the video that you're going to see about me talking about this truck and, like, you know, investigating a couple more things as I electrify it, what I did is I paused it, okay? And in the video, I literally decided to go live to do this type of work because I haven't checked in with you guys for a while. I figured I'd do a live. I'd just, like, you know, shop talk and wrench kind of COVID and coffee kind of thing. I will have to end this at like 1:30 or something like that if I'm still going. Hopefully it doesn't take that long to electrify this thing. But I'm being a little the word is anal. I'm being a little particular. Okay, I'd use the word particular. I am being particular about how I'm setting this up because I'm throwing a Max 6 in it. Okay, so number one, it's literally the biggest ESC that I think could reasonably fit in here without giving issue. And there are a couple of things that I'm going to do with this when I install it that hopefully are going to ensure less issue down the road. Now, I probably will end up getting another Max 6 whole setup because I did take out this Max 6 out of my Monster Mojave. That thing, I am going to do a video on that just to basically show you guys if this is the route you want to go with the Monster Mojave. This is what I did to make it into something that's really usable and real. Here's the parts you need to buy. Very easily done. Here's the section of body you need to trim. Here's the section of body you need to raise. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go through that whole thing. But I have to get new diffs because gears because I blew them all apart. And I blew them all apart because they were 100,000 miles on them. So yeah, they're gonna self-destruct under, you know, what was it? I was running 6S, annihilating it, not caring, giving it that, giving it, I guess I wanted to call an accelerated thrashing, an accelerated testing. That's what I was doing. That's why I was being so hard on it. That's why I was, you know, not caring, just going, because there are people that have that attitude of just getting out there and really ripping it. So I wanted to make sure that before I go ahead and go, oh yeah, here's the stuff, this is what I did, I wanted to make sure, at least for me, and like I said, I'm not the hardest crazy basher out there. I just drive. I'm just out there to have fun. You know, I don't need to prove anything to anybody. You know what I mean? Well, need to prove it to myself, but yeah, where am I going with that? I don't even know. Mojave, took the power system out of that, just the ESC, and I am throwing the big block motor in there, which is a 1650 kV hobby wing motor, and it fits. And I did already modify, which I didn't show it on video yet. Yeah, funny, or did I? Maybe I did. So I did modify my side piece, and yes, it did kill me to do this too. It did actually kill me to buzz off that little piece. And I know it's nothing, but it did kill me. And I'm hoping, I'm hoping I can actually still use this little piece here. I hope. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm gonna maybe I'll put like a washer on there and another nut or whatever, because I just, it did kill me. My OCD or whatever is wrong with me, it did bug me that I had to buzz that off. Because what's crazy is you don't know. I thought about milling out one of the fins on the engine. So it was just like, then I'm thinking to myself, why am I doing that? So it's all that whole like thing, which is why some of my videos are really long and why I'm very wordy, is because I'm trying to convey what's going on in my mind, because some people want to know, like, what's going on in your mind, guy? Like, all right, you sure you want me to let you into there? You sure you want to open up those floodgates? Because there's a lot of stuff going on in my mind, guy. Literally, there are nights where I'm just laying in bed and I close my eyes and my thoughts are literally like the old style washing machines. Like the old style washing machines used to go like back and forth like that. Man, I close my eyes and like thoughts are literally just smashing into each other, entangling each other. Just, yeah, mind is always spinning. Oh, and Earl, you're on here, right? Yes, Earl, guy. I think you're on here. Yes, Earl. Guess what, guy? I didn't send you the screenshot yet because I'm on my phone now, but I got a notification. I got a notification of something pretty bad coming. So yeah, I got a tracking number. So I'm psyched, man. See? And Earl was right. You got like that 2-week wait time period for those wheels. And I just got my tracking number. And I'm not copying him either. I just got my tracking number. So I'm psyched. So those wheels are coming here. And I already know. I already know what vehicle they're going on. They're going on the Camaro. Yeah. So the DR10 will get the curls. And yeah, and Dragbug will be coming back to the channel. Dragbug is coming back. So, but there's also another project. See what I mean? Way too many projects. I start 1,000 projects and finish none of them. So I'm surprised I'm going to get this thing done. All right. So give and take on this KRONOS XTR. Little things that I'm noticing that because of the way they design stuff, I'm assuming that there are some of these ESCs that come with extra long wires. And the extra long wires are normally there to give you a way of putting your ESC away from your receiver, giving you that ability to have the distance that you need depending upon how things are set up or laid out on a chassis, any given chassis, whether if you got a boat, plane, tank, semi, whatever you got. Oh, JO. See what I mean? Bing. JORC. Go check out his channel, because if you like train stuff, which what it did is it brought me back. I believe the video was either released last night or this morning or something like that. All I know is that JORC, there was a little notification and I jumped on it, and it was about a train. And he's like being unsure. And I think if people like in this stream are interested in train stuff, jump on a JO on that last video that he just did and give him like a thumbs up and just say, guy, move forward with the train stuff. Because what I'm saying is that the train stuff, what it did is it brought me back to when I was a kid. It made me remember my grandparents, right? Watching this one little video that JO did. The only thing I wish he did, and I did send him a message about it, I'm like, guy, you should have at least, like, as an ending clip to entice people to want to come back, you should have shown the train just driving by the camera. Like, if you had a GoPro, like, literally set up right at the track, and the train just came by, like it faded, a black fade, and the train comes by and then fades out. Okay. That would have enticed people to be like, hey, I remember when I was a kid what having a train was like. Now, if you know me, okay, if you know my channel, just imagine what my train possibly did when I was a kid. I would get bored very easy. Okay, so for some people, trains, again, like a crawler, takes a certain kind of person. Same thing with drag racing. Drag racing is literally just zoom, and that's it. Okay, so trains are kind of like you set up the layout and okay, you know what I mean? Like NASCAR, right? And then, you can, at least with trains, you can, change track and do all that stuff or whatever. But yeah, go check out J.O.'s channel, give him a thumbs up and just go, Guy, more trains. Like I was saying, it might bring you back. It might bring you back to if you were involved with trains with your, grandparents or dad or whatever. It might bring you back to that and make you remember how much fun you had, even messing around with something like that. And the unique thing about the set that he got, it's a very small set. But me not even knowing what is involved with some of the train sets that are out there right now. I'm watching his video and the stuff he's saying, I'm like, are you serious? Like, they do that now? So go check out his video if you're interested. So there you go, J.O. There's your plug. You can pay me the money later. Just kidding. Just kidding. There was no exchange of currency for me to do that. It's just because he put me in a good mood this morning by me watching that video, and I think that that's pretty good. And I think that's what's great about channels, and I hope right here, I hope that this channel, there's only 50 people on here, only, but I hope that this channel right here gives you smiles for miles, makes you laugh, whether if it's at my expense or not, I don't care. I really don't. The whole thing is the smile, man. It puts you in such a good mood. This Team Corrali is putting me in a good mood. There is some stuff that I'm liking about what they're doing. And then there's also the give and take. Okay? So there's give and take even in this little Corrali thing. And I address some of these things. So, yeah. Mitchell, Guy, thank you. Yeah, but Guy, you shouldn't say that for the shout out. Go jump on the Mitchell's. No, because there was actually, I was talking to Mitchell, and I do that thing when I watch a video. I'll have a tendency to comment too many times, like some people do. You'll watch like a video, and I think maybe before the thought comes out of your mind, you're like, you want to say what you're saying, and literally when you hit enter, the person covers the question or whatever that you were just like referencing. So anyway, yeah, all the channels are in here. If you can, just go and check out each other's channels. It definitely helps. You might find content on there that you didn't realize they had, like JORC and trains. Like, wow, put me in a good mood, Guy. Thank you. Okay, back on this KRONOS XTR. So I am putting a Max 6 in it. I am putting this big block 1650 kV. Reason why I'm going with that is hopefully it'll run a little bit cooler and I can mess around with gearing. Just like what Earl Moorhead basically is on to, running those 800, 980, 750, 1100 kV, big, massive motors. Granted, a big, massive motor is not going to fit in this thing, but this doesn't need it. But obviously, he's on to something. He did it with Sunny D, I believe, which was his buddy's Limitless. Believe Sunny D was running an 800 kV motor, which people were saying, oh, Guy, it's not going to work. And it's just like, when somebody says, oh, Guy, it's not going to work, that sometimes motivates you even more because you want to be like two ways. Well, why is this person saying it's not going to work? I need to find out for myself why. And then you realize, it does work. And I can gear the heck out of it. I can turn my Limitless into a crawler, 800 kV crawler, or I can turn it into this speed monster that does wheelies. Yes, you heard it from me. A Limitless that does wheelies. So anyways, all right, what do we got? Jess, what's going on, guy? Eddie, what's happening? CK Hobby Shop, what's going on, guy? Lots of trains on YouTube. Nice guy. 100 feet of track, lighted. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Yep. Riff to the Raft, what's going on, guy? Chris Watton, what's going on, man? Smashing that thumbs up. Thank you. Appreciate that. Like I said, Matt's guy, what's going on? Thank you for that. Yeah, don't forget, it does bring on the ads, but it also does, helps YouTube say, hey, you know what? This channel, Riff Raff guy. All right. So just so you know, I don't know what people are putting like comments in here, but right now for pots, okay, you're saying for pots, but Riff, what I'm actually going to do with that is I had said that my son's birthday is coming up and I'm going to get him a big rock. So I'm going to get him a blue body because his F-150 is blue. I'm going to get him a big rock. And like I said, any donation right now, I have a goal, getting him the big rock. Any donation right now is going to getting him a big rock, and you will see why. Like, you'll just see. It's going to be something pretty cool, at least in my mind. It's going to be cool. So, yeah, any donations right now coming to the channel, unless you specifically want it to exactly go for something, they're all going to go to getting him a big rock. So, and yeah. All right. So, yeah. I'm going to turn this around so you can see what I'm looking at. All right. So this is the Team Corelli KRONOS XTR. That is their latest and greatest vehicle right now, I guess, that they came out with. Now, they just did do a video that I thought it was very well put together. They explained everything that went into doing that ski jump thing. So I thought that was, I thought they did a great job. So I want to be able to see comments right here. Master, what's going on, guy? All right. So where am I? Right now, where I am is I fit the servo obviously in here. I'm running just a Hobao servo. It's a cordless digital metal geared servo. Fit perfect. It's red. It matches. It's, you know what I mean? Come on, guy. Not that you can see once it's in there, but it just matches and it fits. I do, obviously, you can see by the antennas coming out of this hole right here, you probably have an idea of what receiver I'm running. I am going to be using my Radio Link speed run radio, which is, which also this is going to be going in my, so this one right here is going in my, my EXB 1/5 Creighton. This is going in that. I've already got the receiver inside of here. Just as far as like fitment, when I was talking about the give and take, this box is 100% not water resistant or waterproof. Like, you know how like companies will say something's waterproof or whatever. Well, this box definitely is none of that. It's probably splash proof, but that's pretty much where I think I want to say that stops, because it's got a massive hole for feeding wires. But that give and take thing, I like that idea, because guess what I'm going to do? Once I'm done feeding my wires, so I've got one more wire that's coming in here. Once I'm done, I'm going to take a piece of foam and I'm going to jam a piece of foam inside of there to help this box be even that much more water resistant. Now, with the design of this box, it's also inboard. So there really isn't going to be a huge amount of stuff getting in there, but the thought is, because there's no seal on the top here either, But the thought is if I jam a piece of foam in there, that's just going to help even more with the water resistance of Team Corrali's little box right here. So, yeah. So that's that. Did find that the differential is not the center diff. Not as easy to come out, but that's just me wine-bagging because I'm getting used to certain other manufacturers just being a little bit easier. But there's a give and take for that too, because the chassis bracing system that's in here, they're giving you, I think, they're giving you chassis strength, and they're taking a little bit away with sliding this differential over to the side, fitting things. Things are kind of semi-symmetrical, kind of ish. I'm liking the double braces in the back. And granted, I know nothing about Team Corrali. This is my first Team Corrali. So, and actually, you know what's funny is Jess that's in here, the Jessica. So she had asked me if I was going to get a Team Corrali. And I said no. She sent me a link, something about some kind of upgrade warranty thing, I think. I don't remember what it was, but it was more geared to, I think, Earl Moyed. But either way, even right at that time, which was, I think, about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, even still at that time, I still had no interest in a Team Corrali. And it was just because, and I answered her, and I said, Team Corrali for me just always somehow seemed to just miss the mark just enough to where I didn't have any interest in buying into a Team Corrali. It all changed with this truck right here. I saw enough in this truck that just said, yup, this is the one. This is the one that I am going to dive in. And I am seeing the little give and takes, but I'm okay with that. So, gotta remember the camera's over here. The little give and takes. But within, I think, any RC or any manufacturer of anything, there is always going to be some kind of a give and take. All right. So we've done a whole bunch of talking. I've got to get the ESC wire safely over to this box. Got to keep it away from the drive shaft. I got to keep it away from the sharp carbon fiber. You know, I'm not worried about the CNC, you know, stuff here, but I got to figure out how to make it so that I'm not going to have vibration, chafe issues, anything like that. So I'm realizing I moved that so that vector would be all right. And now I need to remove it. Oh, and a plethora of batteries fit this truck. So this battery case thing fit a plethora of batteries. So you pretty much, I don't think you have to worry about whatever battery you got is probably going to fit. Whatever battery you got is probably going to fit. And yes, in case you're wondering, I'm still dancing with the devil here. We've got the 18650 being re-energized by a Zop Pop pack. This is not the way to do it, but it's working. But I do not suggest nobody do this. This is dumb, but it's working. How do I know it's working? Because I've got my super cool battery tester thing here. And I dive it in to the connectors, and I realize that it's taking a charge. Oh, you can't even see the screen. It's taking a charge. But we won't talk about that. Why am I doing this? Just because I wanted to do an experiment, I guess. And I am, like I said, I'm dancing in that ring of fire. Right here. I can very easily just take this and throw it right out the door. So, just in case. But I'm leaving it right here. Right here so I know so I know where this thing is. So when this thing goes up, so when that thing goes up, at least I'll be close enough to be able to throw it out the door. All right, so the battery tray is only held in by, excuse me. There we go. Battery tray is only held in by two fairly sizable screws, but the only negative that I came across was that the nut, it's not a nylock, which I feel it should be. I really feel that this should be a nylock. And granted, I think they're thinking about the compression of the plastic holding this little thing in. But I also wish this was like capped or had a little tighter fit or something, because that's the first thing that I came across was the one that's under here shifted. And then when I tried to put the screw in, like you have to like push down on the strap, a little stupid give and takes. But it looks like it has sufficient bracing. It does have trails or sections where you can feed the wire, God, underneath the battery tray. I am thinking, yeah, it does fit. So, wow. It mounts up. I didn't check that yet. I think I just mocked it up. So I can take off my Sherlock. Yeah. Wow, check that out. Well, there is one screw for there too, though. So I can take off this dual lock stuff here. And the stuff is extremely, extremely grippy. And once you take it off, I wouldn't reuse it. But it definitely does look like, jeez. So, it is looking like the stuff is great. I suggest you go get some. I heard about that from Earl Moorhead. But I wanted to make sure, obviously, that this was going to fit. I think I decided to go this route, and now that I took that off, does it mount up? And yeah, it does. It does. It mounts up. That is awesome. What I am noticing, though, the screws right there, there's a little conflict with the screws, but if I maybe put a little bit, a little strip of, not silicone, if I put a little strip, that's probably why they gave you the screws. So there were extra screws. There's actually extra screws in here. It's almost like, I think these are like literally ESC mounting screws. Yeah, that's what that is, I think. Wait, is it? Oh, maybe not. No, it is. They give you ESC mounting screws and a servo screw. All right. So I'm just gonna mock this up this way for now. But what I was coming across, I'm not gonna silicone or do the other thing there, stick tape. But I just wanted to make sure that this does mount up before I say it does, and then find out that it really doesn't. Because all this stuff is literally just, this is live. I only like literally just snapped this on because I just wanted to check. And is it screwing in? Or is it not lining up? Looks like it's there. There it is. So yeah. Oh. So maybe these, well, I don't know. I'm just talking here. I'm talking here. I think this is the way I've got it. Like this. Is that screwing in? I don't know. Kind of almost seems like it's not screwing in. Might need longer screws. Are these going in here? Yeah, they are. Yeah, these are fine. It didn't seem like they were going in, but they are. All right. I'm going to need to flip this around. I'm realizing the camera is messed up that way. So I think that's better. So I want to make sure that this is actually going through enough. Yeah, it looks like enough. Got the wires going that way. So like I said, I'm just mocking up right now. This isn't permanent. This is just, I'm just going to throw 2 screws in the bottom here. I probably will use a zip tie just to kind of like, you know, reinsure that things stay on there, and a zip tie looks like will go that way nice. Maybe 2 zip ties, I don't know. So I'm going to go crossways here, just so I make sure, like I said, make sure that that's actually going in. So it seems like the hole might be slightly off. Yeah, so the hole is very, very slightly off, I think. There we go. All right. The hole is ever so slightly off. Like that one right there. Just very, very minimal. But if you leave it loose, you'll be able to shift it on. So that does work. So, and I am going to zip tie that. I don't think I'm going to do foam. I'm not really worried about. I don't think I'm really worried about the shock. If I did do the foam, it would be possibly beneficial. But I want to make sure that this is actually going to fit now. And because that was the other concern that I had. Yeah, so this is the only thing that I didn't like. So using those screws, it puts the ESC right up against that brace. Oops, you can't even see it. Using those screws to mount this ESC into place, it puts the ESC right up against the brace. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put the screws underneath. I just want to mount the thing here, the battery tray, into position now. So there was one screw here, which you can't even see. want to make sure that this is actually going to work. All right, so screwing it down is not going to work. So it looks like it's going to be either, it's probably, this is going to be stick tape. I'm not going to dual lock this. So this is going to be stick tape. So for this size ESC, that's not going to work. And that's what I wanted to check. You know what I mean? I wanted to check to see if this stuff was going to work, and this is not going to work. So it's going to have to be mounted in here with stick tape. I'm not doing the dual lock. This ESC probably is just going to stay in here for the rest of its life. So while the screws may have seemingly been a good idea, it's not. It's not going to work. It just, there's not enough room. So what I'm saying, now when I put that battery tray in there, I'll be able to fit up the ESC tight up against that, and I'll be able to come this way, keeping it away from that chassis brace and just kind of like butting it up against that section right there of the battery. So it looks like that's the way it's going to have to go. Motor-wise, I wanted to make sure, again, I also wanted to make sure that this was going to fit inside of that pocket. So if my ESC is there, I already know the motor wires fit. They do have the channels you can go through, so you can fit your wires. I'm dying here. So you can put your wires or your cable management like this. A couple of different ways that they've, got things going on here. And I like how they're doing this. The switch itself, that is on a piece of dual lock. I'm not sure where I'm going to be able to mount this switch because this thing is on such a short little thing here. It may be one of those ones where hopefully, I don't know, maybe I could mount it like that, but I'd have to put a zip tie up against this rear brace so that that wire would never go down and smash up against that thing there. So I'd do like a zip tie between the two wires right there, put maybe a zip tie around the brace right there so that, my wire doesn't, somehow go into the drive shaft and rub. Not that that would happen, but you never know. This wire, it looks like I could potentially run this way. Again, through that channel, instead of going underneath the battery, this would be a visible wire. Looks like I could probably go like that with the zip tie situation. That looks like that might be all right. Maybe even the switch could go up here. Something. I don't know. Putting it up there would be hard to reach, though. Putting it right there, you'd be able to reach it. But then, is there room for the motor to go in there? So I wanted to make sure that these wires were going to fit, which looks like it's a stretch. And for the fact that even though it's a stretch, it's also going over the fan. So throw this in there. I'm just going to throw the pinion on just for now. Just to slip on. Throw that in there. Bury it up against like that. That way it's got some kind of space. That does fit mint. Doesn't look like there's going to be a conflict back here. Looks like the motor wires actually do fit. But, yeah, they do. Never mind. With that angle, that's going to fit. Yeah, I'm liking it. That's even going to look nice, too. Yeah. Damn, that thing is like at the end. Holy smokes. With that pinion that's in there. That is literally like right at the end of its mount. Holy smokes. What? Huh. So I guess that's where maybe the thought of getting a smaller spur would definitely come into play. Yeah, I think I'm going to be happy with this. So I could run that like that. It looks like that's going to go hopefully into the receiver box. It's a tight fit, man. It looks like this switch is going to be mint right there. So I'll get that dual lock off of there. Super Drake, what's going on, guy? You should turn your ESC 180 just like if it were stock. What, you mean like this? I should turn my ESC 180. Turn it? The only thing, though, the only reason why I'm not doing that is because of the length of this wire. What I had found is if I take that ESC and if I spin it this way, I don't have enough. That's why I was talking about some manufacturers have, you know, they give you a certain length of wire. I'd have to get like an extension cable. You know what I mean? I think this way is going to be mint. You know what I mean? I think this way is going to be mint because then I can run this here. You know what I'm saying? I can have my cable management up on top. All three wires are basically going to be going like that with zip ties. You know what I mean? I might even put like a piece of heat shrink just looped around that section of wire just to protect it. These do reach all the way over. I was thinking it was going to be in the way of the fan, but it's not. It's got enough of a hoop. You know what I mean? I really think this is a go, man. I really do. Definitely need to see if I can get a different spur, though, because I'm literally at the end of the rope here with the pinion. The pinion that they provided with this motor setup, this is definitely going to be a torque monster. It needs a smaller spur. So yeah, that's at the end of its ropes. See, here's the screw here. That's literally at the end of its ropes. I can't even. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Yeah, that's literally at the end of it. No, there's a little room. There's a little room. I can go a couple teeth bigger. But I'm going to run the stock one anyway. Is this one the right one? No, that's why it wasn't going. It's not the right one. It takes this behemoth. So, right. Oops. Right there. So I'm just going to just loosely place that into place. Again, this is my first Team Corrali, but this is also reminiscent of some Hobao stuff too, which I can appreciate. So that's just in there, just, you know, finger tight, so I could still move it. Yeah, I could go a couple teeth bigger. But I don't think I have. Is this like a 15 or a 14? It's either a 15 or a 14 tooth pinion. So that's going to work out. It's a torque monster. I was even hoping balance-wise, but now that I'm looking at that, there's going to be a lot more weight, I think, on this side of the truck, which is fine. It's just a Basler. But I was thinking if I put like a thing of shrink tape over here, get it big enough and just not really shrink wrap it, but just have it be like a anti-chafe kind of deal, you know, because I don't have any of the rubber hose or something maybe just to kind of keep that, you know, locked down or something. But I do think that's going to work, man. Super Drake. The V1s have smaller spurs. Swap them out. Nice guy. Awesome. You know what I had seen is, I don't know if you saw it. Look at that, dude. Check out that for a diff. That's a small spur. I don't even know how many tooth that is. That is significantly smaller. This is a six spider gear center diff. This, if I can get this to go in there, man, this would be mint. This would be sweet. This would be an upgrade. I'm still thinking about it. Even came in its own little protective case and everything. Oh, there's no volume? Wait a minute. Oh, you're in class. Hello. Wait a minute. Oh, you're in class. You're messing with me. Guy, there's no volume. All right, so I think that's the route I'm going to go, man. I do have to check and make sure that this actually gets in there. So I believe that's the route I'm going. So, but I do want to make sure that, oops. I did want to make sure that this was actually going to make it in there. And all right. Go to your home. It's like right there. Looks like it might. Hope it's gonna. So it's going to go this way. Ah, look at that. Perfect. Yes. Dude, this literally, this is like a plan coming together. It was made. It was made for this. Check that out. That's going to work. Yep. Look at that length. Perfect. Absolutely stinking perfect. Yeah, look at that. Oh, no, maybe not. Uh-oh. It's close. It's close. Uh-oh. May have spoke too soon here. Might have to have that wrapped down that way. So you try to make it a little entertaining. Oh, we got issues. All right. Yeah, no, it seems like it's all right. You know what though? Is that coming up against that? See, one thing that I was worried about was whether if this was going to rub up again. It looks like it's not. Nope. All right, cool. I was curious to know if it was going to rub in this area right here. And it looks like it's plenty. It's way far away. See, it looks like to you guys like it's right on top of it, but it's not. It's like plenty far away. Yep. And that won't go anywhere. Once that's tightened down, Once that's tightened down, I got this in channel 1. I hope. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Would you just look at it? Let's throw this in to channel 2, which is right there, and negative is on the outside. So let's just throw that into there. And I got it on the wrong one. Channel 2, 1, 2. That's mint. Look at that. Look at that. Yep. That's going to work. Wow. Yep, look at that. Did you just look at it? And then these can go like that, zippy tied. Just like that. Yep. Because the battery's wire is that battery. Or can I go this way? If I go that way, it won't reach. If I go this way, it will reach. Yeah, yes! Check that out. All right, so that's the ticket, man. That's how that's getting mounted in there. That is the ticket. Yep. Absolutely. Wait till you see the video. When you see the video, I hooked this up wrong. I go like this, right? I put it on like this, and I'm like, man, there ain't enough room. I just wasn't paying. I didn't screw it on, but I just kind of put it on there, and I'm like looking at it going, wow, that's kind of a stupid design. Come on, in the moment, at least people can laugh. Like I said, people can laugh. You can have a good time. Drill me later about it. But there we go, man. That's the setup. Yep. And the switch is going to go right there, right behind the motor. Put it right on the motor. Put the switch right there. Or maybe. I don't know. Nah. That would probably be foolish. Although. See what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I could mount it like that. That's a thought right there. Can I zip tie that? I could stick tape and zip tie that switch right there. And then it'll be safe. I'm liking this setup, man. Plenty of room for stick tape right on that flat surface. Stick tape right there. Put a little zip tie going right across, maybe. Drill a hole through the chassis brace. Or mount it up here. The possibilities are endless. I just want to make sure that the wires just are not going to, be a problem. Maybe I could even, I could mount it like that. See? I can mount it like that right there. Could work. Now, see what I'm saying? If this was in a video, that's why it's safer to do this on a live. The way all my talking This is literally just me just talking. Yeah, I think that's a go. What I should do, pop this out real quick and see what's going on with the side skirt that I took off. Because I wanted to make sure that this side skirt was going to fit with its Ultra mod that I did to it. Side skirt with the Ultra mod. So I just want to throw that up on top of there for now. So this is the side skirt here. Oh, wait a minute. I'd have to go. Oh, that's right. Wasn't thinking. I could go like that. Maybe that won't work. It'll be inside the bucket, though. Yeah, maybe like that. That might be too tight. Stick tape it maybe like that. Yeah, maybe that'll work. 2 pieces of stick tape, one on one side, one on the bottom. Forgot about the side skirt. All right, let's see. Let's see, is this going to even work? So I haven't even gotten this far in the video. Like literally, you guys are literally just seeing the live just mock-up of me just trying to figure this out to see if it's going to work. Just don't smoke. No, I don't want to smoke that ESC guy. That's one ESC that I don't want to smoke. There won't be no reverse connecting of nothing. Guy, are you trying to jinx this already? Just don't smoke the ESC. Oh no. Does it fit? Does it fit? Yes, it does. Oh, dude, check it out. Check that out. With the side skirt, it's on there. Oh, nice. It's a little bit of a squeeze to get it past, but it's in. You know that, you know the A team when, what was the guy? What was the guy's name from A team when he was like, I love it when a plan comes together. Dude, I love it when a plan comes together. Oh, nice. Absolutely beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I am going to thread lock these into place. And that's probably maybe like a foolish thought, but just going to put a touch of just thread lock right on the edge of the threads here. Just so that it can kind of like hopefully not rattle out and disappear into the abyss of what is the new track. Hannibal, yes. Yes, sir, Hannibal. Thank you for that. Come on. Oop. And it's gone. How'd it get way over there? Get way over. All right. But if you haven't seen Team Corrali's new video, it was basically just the explanation video of this truck when they did the ski jump thing. I thought it was pretty cool. Whoa. It's a little much. I don't think I was planning for that screw to ever come out. already got a screw in there. You know what I was thinking too? What seems a little bit cool about this particular setup, okay? This is the other thing that I was thinking was kind of cool. Now, granted, it probably won't happen to this motor because obviously, you know, there's no sensor on this, even though there is like a little connector right there. I'm not sure what that connector was supposed to be for, but this is not a censored setup. But with the way this kind of contacts or touches up against this surface, almost gives it a little bit of a cushion if there's a flex. So this does two things. Putting in this big block motor, you're also increasing the chassis strength. See? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, mint. I am so, come on, look at my face, man. I am so happy right now. This KRONOS better be a good truck. Because I don't want it to wreck my day. But so far, everything seems to be coming together, man. Got a Max 6 going to this thing. You gotta talk about overdriving. Overdriving this thing with a Max 6. Oops. Going down. All right. Let's see. So again, I'm just tossing these in just to toss them in. I'm not putting a permanency to this yet. Just going to toss it just into place so that I, you know, have all the screws that I need to put everything together. I'm not going to mess anything up. So that's there. Pinions in there. Just sitting. It's not going to go anywhere. Let's see. Is it a perfect mesh right now? That's a good mesh. Even though it's not locked in, that's a good mesh. Dude, double thumbs up, I'm telling you, man. Come on, if you haven't smashed that thumbs up, smash that thumbs up. We got 69 people here and only 41 thumbs ups. Jeez, you're killing me, guy. All right. Oh, psyched. Psyched. All right, so let's get this in here. All right, so those screws, I think, I believe those are in this tray right here. And I will have obviously an extra screw. So I'll just leave that in the tray. We got this cover. That cover takes 4 of those flat screws. And that's already out, I think. Or is that in here? I don't even know anymore. All right. So steering servo, let's just kind of toss this into place. Crap. I'm assuming that way. Watch that be wrong. No, it's right. Oops. Except I'm putting it in the wrong holes. There we go. Now I'm going to let the receiver just kind of like be in there. What was that? All right. not going to stick tape it. I'm just going to let it just float. It'll be fine. But I got to make sure that this is stuck down. And I said I was going to put in foam. But, yeah. Do I want to do that? I don't know. So, stuff the wire in there. Said I was going to put foam, but I think I'm just going to not. I think I'm just going to have the wires kind of be like the cushion for it. I think that'll work. But now I know it's going to bug me that I'm not putting foam in there. Should I let it go, or what do I do? I don't know if I should let it go or not. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to toss this on for now, just to button things up a little bit. Make sure good here. Seems like it's all right. Screws to lock that down. One, two. One, two. So it's definitely not that screw. And it's these ones right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to place these kind of just in place. Yep, those are the ones. Now I'm just like I said, most of the stuff is still going to come apart. I'm just making sure that everything is going to go together as is. Do you know what I mean? This isn't like the permanent, one and done, I'm done. I'm just putting things together, and I'm going to take it all back apart, but I'll take it all back apart probably off camera. James, what's going on, Guy? Guy, this must be like a familiar vehicle for you. Isn't that where Team Corrali's from over there? Seems to be working out. Now, I'm just going to flop this over for now, just to give me just that little touch of room. Here I am. Team Corelli, isn't that from over there? What do you mean over there? Hello, over there. Where you are? So I see stuff is going to fall out. For now. Just for now. All right. So this had a bunch of screws holding this thing on. I can't remember. I think there were these ones. Yeah, so that screw, I think, was right there. This is what I was talking about. These little nuts. So those are lock nuts. So they used lock nuts. So there's a certain section where they used lock nuts, and then there's a certain section where they didn't. So the battery tray, they didn't use lock nuts, which kind of seems weird to me. I'm going to use my driver here. So that should go, I think, right to there, I believe. Is that the right hole? Yep. So go for that one. All right. Then go for this one. Daza Parker tortured. What's going on, guy? Dude, it really does. And like I said, this is the first one that got me into just finally saying, all right, fine. You know what I mean? I'll do it. There's little things about this thing that I'm seeing that are very like it's the, and there's other things where I go, man, why didn't you guys think of that? You know what I'm saying? So then we got 4 screws. I know this is probably overkill, but I'm just going to put these in place just so I know that everything is going together the right way. And which, why isn't that lining up now? Why is it not lining up? I know it was 1,000 screws. So I'm going to loosen this one. Loosen that. Loosen that. Then I'll go ahead and put in these screws, which I'm noticing for some reason. Yeah, there we go. All right. So there we go. I got it. See, this one's not going into place either. Now, why would that be? Why would it be that much off? What is stopping that from going in? I need to use a driver as an alignment tool like that. You know what I'm saying? So use one as an alignment tool. Then I need it. So I'll use this one as an alignment. This one, just screw it down. There we go. All right, I think I got it. Yep, there we go. I think. Nope. It's just the slightest amount off, man. It's not funny, man. Why is it just the slightest amount off? See, I'm trying to see what's going on here. See these, for some reason, maybe it's the way it's sitting. It's oddly just off. Why is it off? What is it doing? It's like weird. And it felt like it gave me a hard time taking it out. But the alignment is off going back in. I got it. But that's a little weird that the alignment... I mean, there's 6 screws that hold this whole thing in. Yeah, it's just like the slightest amount off. That's odd. So I'll tighten up these little ones first. Seeing nothing but my arm in the way. So like even like the attention to detail to these little pieces right here. There's so many little things that I'm seeing that I like about this. The beefiness of these skid plates, front and rear. The fact that on the Kraton, there is no skid plate in the rear, and I think that's kind of foolish. This thing just has that, beefier kind of, hey, I'm going to take a chassis slap. I'm going to take a smack. Do you know what I mean? It just seems to have like that, aggressiveness to it. So I don't think I'll be taking this apart. I think that's going to stay together. All right. So now the battery tray, which the ESC is just hanging there now. So battery tray goes in this way. And it's that one screw right there that kept falling out on me. So I'm going to put that in now, I think. And it's not a nylock. It's just like a regular screw. So I think that should have been, just in my mind, I feel like I would have wanted that to be a, I feel like I would have wanted that to be a nylock. Okay, so that grabbed. There's 2 more, or 2 more. So one of them, which is that one right there. And again, see it? See how it's off? I think it's off. I could be wrong. Ah, there we go. It's going in. All right, so that bit, this one bit. I feel like these should have thread lock or checked. One more going back here, which is probably this one. And that's going to attach into the ESC thing. Plate, I believe, and watch that one be off. because it's definitely not that one. And yeah, it's off. All right, so why isn't the hole lined up? Because it isn't. Pretty sure there was a screw there. Oh, something just clicked into place. Something just clicked. So I don't know what that was, but something just clicked. So let's see if that click made a difference. And it seems like it may have. I don't know what just clicked, but whatever just clicked made this to go into alignment, so. And it almost seems like that could be the wrong screw, because that's awful long. So I'm not going to go with that screw. I suspect that this one might be for something else. I did have one short one, which I'm hoping is for that. Yeah. There we go. That's better. Yeah, that's the right one. Absolutely. Okay. That in. We've only got that one screw on that side that's not going in there, obviously. That's probably what this screw was. So that's what that was. That screw was for that one side right there. All right. Now, ESC time. Just put the servo kind of like, just going to put that on there like that. And I know I got to take like off all of this stuff, you know, to get and reset and do all that junk. But like I said, this is just part of that process of just mocking things up. And it's the part for me that takes a lot of time because I'm trying to, I want things to try to be as good as I can hopefully make them. You know what I mean? Look good, sound good, taste good, all of it. So look at how that thing fits in there. That fits mint. There's an air gap. If I mount it exactly like that, there will be an air gap in between the chassis brace and the ESC, which I feel is kind of important. Not for air, but for smash vibration. And even this corner, how it meets the corner of the ESC, it's like it's made for it. Look at that. You just look at it. All right, so that needs to go on top. Like that. Motor wire, motor wire, motor wire. Switch. Let's keep these out of the way for now. Yeah, liking that. Even if I can cross that, I feel better. That's what I'm going to do. Yep. Cross and then connected. Yeah, I like that. Plenty of wire movement. Enough. Definitely liking this. I'll be able to do my wire loom little thing for the wires. We got a couple screws left. Extras. All right. Go away, Jess. What do you mean the plastic piece is off just a little bit? OCD guy. Yeah, what it did is it must have been just ticked up a little bit or something. And it clicked down into position absolutely perfect. Okay. So if I was keeping this, I was saying like how I'm gonna take everything back apart, and I'm kind of thinking maybe I'm not. I'm kind of thinking like literally I want to get out and rip this thing today. This is gonna happen, man. This thing's gonna get ripped today. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Oh, this is gonna be mint. Yeah, look at. This is even gonna have a nice look to it, man. Totally psyched. I have got smiles for miles right now, right across my face because of this little car. So if I stick tape that down now, it's literally good to go. So stick tape, and I can run a zip tie after the fact. So while this is mounted, I am going to stick tape it down. I'm going to make sure the surface is clean here and make sure the surface is clean there. Make sure you wear gloves. Whenever you use any kind of solvents, greases, any kind of anything that can penetrate and get into your bloodstream and skin and all that stuff, just make sure you use some type of common sense. Don't do stuff like this with your bare skin. Not smart. Now I've got a roll of stick tape here. Right here. So this is the stick tape that I use. So I just want to make sure that where I am placing that, I'm going to stick the stick tape to this platform. And then I'm going to put the ESC, hover it to where I want it, and then just slam it down. And then I'll be able to take it apart or take it off just by those two screws. And I'll be able to take a zip tie and just take one zip tie just as like an extra reinforcement or reassurance. So that it's not going to go anywhere. So what I need right now is I need some scissors. I think my scissors are up in my truck. Yeah, I think my scissors are out in my truck. Because I'm not seeing scissors here, but I do have these angled body scissors, the curved ones that should work. Yeah. Scissors are all out in my truck. All right. So let's see, how many rows can I get on here? So 1, I guess just 2 good size ones. I'll make sure it's stuck down nice. Actually, I can use a razor blade. What am I talking about? That's not what I'm going to use. I'm going to just use a knife. And I should maybe take a piece and put it up against here. Or should I just rely on the zip ties to do the job? I think I'll just rely on the zip ties to do it. All right. So I think we're looking good there. Make sure that's stuck down nice. Just want to make sure. So I'm going to want it just like that. Where you get a space away from that. Like literally it's made for it, man. One and done. We're sticking it down. That's it. This is it. This is what you've been waiting for. Boom. Beautiful. Thing of beauty. Little air gap. So we got a gap in between the ESC and the chassis right there. That chassis brace. It's right up against this corner right here, which is nice. It's right up against that battery tray, which is perfect. Exciting times. Now, do I run the wires underneath this one red wire? Like through the middle right here? I think, yeah. Yep. Yes. I think so. Maybe not. Nope. Never mind. Gonna go this way. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm gonna run a zip tie this way around. I believe that's how I'm gonna do it. So now all I gotta do is just 1, 2, 3. Pop those out of here. The screw just literally just pops right out. this one out. And grab it so it doesn't come crashing out. All right. So now, take a zip tie. And it looks like they've got a zip tie scenario maybe going that way. Or almost. It's almost as if they've got a channel. Probably the channel for the wires to kind of coming down and in. But I wonder what's going to be the best way to throw a zip tie on there. I think I only want one. And I'll grab a black zip tie. So we'll see. I got a couple of zip ties out. Might only just use the one. Super Drake. They make a polycarbonate inner cover for these to keep the bris out of. Make a polycarbonate cover for what? For this whole thing? Super Drake? Is that what you're talking about? All right. So. Now, the only thing that's going to OCD me now is the fact that the zip tie is going to be off. So, I think like that. So I want that. And then knowing me, I have to have this. I have to have the zip tie going this way, I think. Or do I want it going the other way? All right, if I bring this all the way up this way. See, I kind of want it. Go this way. I have a feeling that's going to bug me. Well, it's not like I don't have 60 bags of zip ties. Wonder if that's going to stay. Wonder if that's going to stay. Wonder if I should strap it across the caps. I think I'll just go with it and see what happens. Let's give it a little tweak. So that should be all right. I think my mind will be all right with that. So, and like I always say with these zip ties, whenever you do zip ties, right, what you're supposed to do, a lot of people don't understand this. When you do a zip tie, you always cut it like that, okay? What you want to see is you want to see that on your zip tie. That way it helps you find it at night. You know, you'll know right where that thing is. You got to angle them zip ties. Yeah. Happy with that. My OCD's not pinging that much right now. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'll survive. All right. So now, let's see if I can go after this one little screw first. This time. Because that's where all the weight is right now. And it's not letting me. Okay. What's going on? So let's switch gears. Let's go for this one. Give it a little loose. And this one's the pain in the neck. That one just a touch loose. Now, let's hope. The ESC one is literally right there. There we go. Got it. All right. This thing's looking happy. That zip tie is looking loose. Well, it should hold it down. It's got a little bit of pressure on there. I might have to re-zip tie that. I don't know. I should have brought the zip tie down a little bit further, but good enough. I'm not redoing it. Should hold. It's just like a little safety net. It's just a little tiny loose over here. That way it's also not going to crush the fan, so. All right. You can hear the spring in my step because I am psyched. I've got a spring in my step. I'm going that way, I think. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So that's how that's going. These wires are coming over here. So we've got this one's here. Come on, get in there. Boy, these things are tight. I need a pair of pliers to get these things to sink down. Damn, these bullet connectors are tight. Holy smokes. Use a pair of pliers. Get those to settle down. Holy crap. Or not. Wow. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Oh my God. Those things aren't going anywhere. Nice. Now here's the question. Is there room for the wires with the body on? Of course there is. Nice. Yeah, this is looking like a thing of beauty here. All right. Now the switch. What do I want to happen to this thing? Could mount it sideways just like that. Keep the wire right out of the way and everything. And if I was smart, maybe I could take it and route it under, then over. That way, that switch would never, ever contact the drive shaft, no matter what kind of slam. Yep. That's what's happening with that. So that switch is going there. Kind of kitty cornered like that, maybe. I think that'll be nice. GRC, what's going on, guy? Although if I put it there, symmetric wise, it looks better. Yeah, maybe I'll go there. Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Wait a minute. So the switch has to go there, I think. Just want to make sure I'm on a flat surface. Yeah. Like that. I think. Now I don't know if it's pulling that wire down. Seems like it's all right. Kind of not liking that. So I have it going there. those wires down. Flip that though. If I flip this connector, it looks better. Okay. It's bugging me. These wires are a little mangled looking. Yeah, 1650. Yep. Off name. Oh, off my med. I'm like trying to read your name. It's like off me meds. Oh, off my meds. I like that. Off my meds, RC. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm just going nuts here. I have some OCD issues sometimes. Where I try to I have to sometimes make sure that things are a certain particular way. Trying to make it easy, but also, looking good too. You know what I mean? Because I want to make sure I'm not going to hit the set button. So I suppose if I drop my finger down, yeah, I think that works. All right. So switch location, I think, has been located. I don't think I want to go there. I think I'd rather have it down in the pocket where it seems to be safer right there. Seems to more naturally want to fit right there like that. So just make sure when you use, like I said, use any kind of solvents or any kind of anything like that. Greases, oils, make sure you wear gloves. It's the right way to do it. If you don't, you're not being conscious. You're being unconsciously conscious. So, that being said, clean that off. Clean off here. See the black stuff that comes off? So, and I'll end up stick taping that as well. Feel like I should double stick tape it. Feel like I should stick tape right there and on the back side just to give it just that, and I don't even need to do that. I can just wrap it. It'll give it kind of like that double, make me feel like it's going to hold on more. You know what I mean? Does seem like it'd be a sand trap too, but yeah, I think maybe I'm going overboard. Yeah, maybe I'll just single stick tape it. I don't know, man. OCD guy. I think I'll wrap it. Wait a minute. So what if I'm conscious while not wearing gloves? No, you're just unconscious. You're not conscious. You gotta wear gloves whenever you're dealing with any of this junk, man. Wear gloves. Solvents, greases, oils, all of it. Just wear gloves. It's really the better way to be. Think about it, guy. GRC. You've got kids, man. Think about it. You want to be alive forever for your kids, right? Or at least as long as you can. Wear gloves. It's important. Don't smoke either. If you smoke, I don't know. You want to have the most maximum amount of time, especially being there for your kids. You don't want your kids taking care of vegetable. All because you wanted to not wear gloves. Be a tough guy. Come on. Be the tough guy that wears gloves. So I'm going to go like that. And I'm going to just wrap that bottom. Just like that. I feel like that just gives me like that sense of a little bit more security in there. All right. Get the scissors out. So that should work nice. One and done. Oh no, it's crooked. Right, you don't want to be thrown in an elderly home, right? So you got to make sure. Wear gloves, man. You know? You don't want to be one of those guys with drool hanging out of your face because you didn't want to wear gloves. Come on. Drool hanging out of your face. All right, kids, you got to take care of me now. Nah, dude, this thing is meant. This thing's just going to rip its own tires off. Oh, yeah. This is looking good. This really is looking nice. So this pinion in here, it's not on. Motor itself, same thing. The motor is literally just in here. These screws aren't tightened down, nothing. Same thing with the servo. Obviously, now what we've got to do is, I should see if, I don't know if I want to do an antenna tube or not. Because these wires are supposed to be, supposed to have one going one way and one going the other way. And I don't really think that that can happen here. You know what I mean? It's like I'd have to like take a zip tie and, oh, wait a minute. What do we got going on here? I don't know. Just to get maximum range. Maybe I'll just stuff it through here or something. We'll see how that works. Stuff it through the center brace. It might, who knows, maybe there's an issue with the two wires contacting or being in close proximity right here, but with the way the wires come out, it is what it is. But like I was saying, yeah, it's like these little tabs up on the front here that look like it hold on to something, like mud guards or something on the front here. You see these little tabs right here? Not sure what that is. See that right there? It's like a little tab. It's as if like maybe a different kind of chassis, not chassis, maybe a different kind of body clips into that or something. I don't know. Maybe it's mud guards. But kind of really, I don't know. Does it really need mud guards? Yeah, it probably does. No, man. This thing is like looking like it's ready. So I will have to like go through the whole binding process. That's going to be an ordeal for me. But literally this thing is ready to rip. I think it's ready to rip. Got to tighten up the wheel nuts, throw some thread lock on there. Yeah, I think that's where this is going to end. I think that's good enough. I really do. KRONOS. Am I looking at the right camera? That's the camera. So I should flip this around. The Team Corrali KRONOS XTR roller is that much less of a roller right now. And that's making me happy. Will I get out and rip this thing today? I still got to do backtrack work, man. I mean, I don't know if you've been following along and how much backtrack work there is. Come on, 66 people, no thumbs ups. Come on, you're killing me here. Come on, throw it on there. Yeah, I got some backtrack work still, obviously, to do. I got a ton. I realized the grade change is over a 4-foot grade change, because I think when I was standing, what happened, right, is I was standing, I think, too far forward, not realizing how much I have been changing the grade out back in the backyard track. So at its highest point, I want to say it's 4.5 feet worth of grade change. So, and it might even be just a touch under 5. That's probably more like it. So it's in between 4.5 and 5.5 feet is the grade change in that backyard track. So, like I said, man, I said the backyard track was expanding by double, and at the point of where it is right now, it's already there. So, yeah, well, close enough. I'm not like literally measuring double, but it's double. So we'll just go with that. We're not going to do the proof. I'm not going to get out tape measures and GPS satellite stuff, and it's just double the size. And the garden's a little bit bigger too now. So big pluses all around. This KRONOS so far, granted it has not been driven, this Team Corrali KRONOS XTR is hurting my face. Hurting my face in what way? Smiles, man. So far, everything that I've been seeing has been good, with, like I said, the little gives and takes that I'm inherently already seeing. My daughter's sending me a message reminding me. Yeah. So I just hope this thing's going to take it. It's got a good look, man. I got to turn this around. It does have a good look. It looks like it's going to be able to move. It looks like it's going to move. It looks like the layout's good. Motor size looks great. ESC looks great in there. Servo looks great. Everything looks great, man. But the real question is it going to be able to survive? And I suspect it will. To what level of survivability does it have? I have no idea. Probably, let's put it this way. I suspect, I pray that this thing is going to survive one pack. Because we know, right? ARRMA Crate EXP did not survive one pack. So, I think that's it. All right, so if you haven't given a thumbs up, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'm wrapping it up right now. I'm just going to jump into chat, see who's here. I know GRC was here. I know we had a couple of other people here. We got Rogue Factor. Guy, what's going on? What is happening, man? We got James RC from the UK. That's pretty cool. What, 50-50 shot that it's gonna survive one pack? Come on, come on. 51-49. How about that? And we'll go more along the lines of thinking this thing is gonna survive a pack. And like what you saw, I mean, what you didn't see, man, this thing holds. Let's see if I can hold this right. This thing fits a number of different packs. Yeah, that's a 9,000. A 9,000 4S pack fits in there. And that 6,000 6S fits in there. Nice. So that's always a concern, man. And when I saw that 9,000 was going to fit, like when you hear me, I'm like, what? I'm like, this thing fits a 9,000? So you could get some pretty good 4S rips off one of those 9,000 packs. So, yeah. I don't know, man. 1650 kV, Max 6. We can change the pinion, a touch. Somebody was saying on here that they do have a smaller spur. I probably will be exploring that option, especially running the 1650 kV. It should run a little bit cooler, I'm hoping. I'm going to keep the pinion that came in the truck or car, whatever you want to call it. I call it a truck. I'm going to keep the pinion that this thing came with. It's either a 14 or a 15. I tried counting it, but I think it might be a 15. I know I said a 14 in the video, but I think it's a 15. I think I missed a tooth counting it. But I usually use unless they're marked, I use my little paint pen, and I'll just mark one tooth and then obviously go around. And once I get back, to the beginning, I'll know how many teeth. So yeah, Team Corrali KRONOS XTR is no longer a roller. Bam. I didn't touch the shocks. I'm going to leave them alone for now. My temperatures are still kind of on that cool side. The does feel, especially with the weight that this thing is going to be toting, it does feel like the shock oil is going to have to be thickened up, especially with the warm weather coming. Yeah, but it doesn't sound like there's any air. I hear no air in the shocks, but they are very supple. So, but we'll see. We will see. So, all right, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for coming to this kind of COVID and coffee, kind of a shop talk and wrench from RC Guy Garage, what I call it. Team Corrali KRONOS XTR live electronics install. And that is point blank what we did. I did go on like a conversation thing in the very beginning, but I think it was worth it. Talked about the car a little bit, talked about, I don't even remember. Yeah, this thing seems mint. So I'm psyched. It's not an ARRMA. Do you know what I mean? It's not anything that I've ever had. It is slightly reminiscent, some of it, with a little bit of Hobao in there, which is pretty cool. I like that. I actually like that. And then seeing that this might be a potential. This is that super sweet spider diff, center diff from Hobao. These things are nice. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I might blow this apart, and I just really don't feel like taking that diff apart again. The diff was leaking. There was, some aftermath on the diff brain juice sitting on the chassis. So, and it was leaking from that cap, and I don't know why I didn't check that. I should have checked it while it was out. So if you got one of these, I hate to say it, if you got one of these, you're pulling it apart. You are. If you buy one of these rollers, you're going to be opening up the rear diff, front diff, and the center diff. That's my recommendation. If you've got one of these Team Corrali roller things, even if you've got, I can't speak to the other Corralis. But if what I was seeing in this, you know what I mean? And this is the stuff that I use, ring and pinion. Not open ring and pinion, sealed ring and pinion. This is the stuff right here. If you don't buy and use this stuff right here, there's something wrong with you. Now, this stuff is awesome. So between this and the orange, this is just a colder temp stuff. But the slickness of it, everything about that grease, the way it coats the gears, the way it hangs out and not, it does such an amazing job. It's designed for brake parts, but it phenomenally works well in these RC cars when you've got the sealed ring and pinion setup. It helps seal debris. It helps seal out the debris, and it really very well lubricates those gears. So that's it. All right. Jess, Rogue, Monster, Sempartis, GRC, Mitchell's RC, Gory, Suckender. Come on, you know that even though that might not be your name, that's your name here. Your name is Suckender. You're the ender of suck. All right. Who else? Daza Parker, Addicted to RC, RC Pit, J.O., and Spicy Burger. That's an interesting kind of name, man. Spicy Burger. I guess you like burgers, man. I do too. Let's see. James from the UK. And I think that is about it. Off My Meds RC. I like that. Pretty good name. Chris Watton. Could be saying people's names that aren't even here anymore. Captain Flannel. Mark Vasseur. Hopefully I didn't murder your last name. And I think that is it. Okay. So now for the people, where's the super chats? I know there were super chats. All right. I'm going to have to obviously go into the other end of the super chats, but bunch of people gave to the super chats. Pretty sure. I don't think J.O. did, but I believe Mitchell, Riffraff, Owen, I think, and then somebody else. So those super chats, you already know what they're going to. They're not going to the channel. They're going to, obviously, a big rock for my son. I'm going to get him the blue body. I'm going to take the black body, you know, the whole everything. But thank you guys for those super chats. Thank you guys for the thumbs ups, the subscribe, shares, likes, whatever you want to call all that stuff. It's definitely appreciated. I suggest that you go ahead and get out and rip something. I used to say, just get out there and rip it. And I still say that, but I'm realizing that you got to rip something. And I joke, if your thing is ripping into a bag of chips, hey, have at it, but just don't eat the whole bag. You know, if you want to rip into a chocolate cake, do that. If you want to rip into an iced tea, do that. You know, if you want to be like, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger or who's the other guy there? Lou Ferrigno. If you want to rip out of a shirt because you're a beast, go ahead. Whatever makes you happy. So anyways, I'm out. You should get out too. And like I always say, you should just get out there and rip it, but you should also just get out there and rip something. So I'm just going to end this right where we are. And we will see you on the next video and or live stream from RC Guy Garage. And I'm out.